Hello, everyone. Welcome to Comic Chic. I'm your host, Comic Chic, and I'm joined by my friend and fellow host, Firefly. And we're here to talk to you about Marvel's latest comic book announcements and San Diego Comic-Con 2024. We're in for a ride because there's been so many announcements the last 2 days, and we haven't covered any of them yet, and I'm excited to get to it here. We're repping some of our favorite characters today, even one that's got news, Deadpool. I don't know if you've seen, Naruto right there, perfect. I don't know if you've seen the latest Deadpool and Wolverine movie. I just came back from seeing it a few days ago. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to talk about these announcements. What about you, Adi?
Yeah, me too. We did DC yesterday. sdcc has been going on, so we got a flood of news coming from all over the place, but we're excited to get into Marvel today. And right after we wrap up here, I'm going to go see the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, so look forward to that.
Excited to hear your thoughts. Maybe we'll do a review on it. You guys let us know if that's something you want. But of course, before we get into it, please like and subscribe. Grow the channel. We've got some creator interviews and giveaways lined up for when we pass the 100 subscriber mark. I'm super excited to get into that. So let's go. Here we got the first announcement from SDCC. We don't really have these in order, but one of them is Spider-Man's new magic suit revealed, along with his surprising new connection to Doctor Doom. So spoilers for Blood Hunt ahead. Okay, we're just letting everybody know. They're saying that basically Doctor Doom is going to become the new Sorcerer Supreme after the end of Blood Hunt, because Doctor Strange is no longer going to be able to be the Sorcerer Supreme. Part of it is, Doctor Doom taking the power from him to kind of fix things. And for whatever reason, Doctor Doom is going to imbue part of the powers and responsibilities to Spider-Man, because he's apparently going to need these 8 extra lives for what lies ahead. And that's pretty much as vague as they say. So here we got the description. It says, the world has changed. Doctor Doom is Sorcerer Supreme, but he has no plans to spend his time like his predecessor. Each year, Doctor Strange would use every ounce of his power and experience to save the world from an evil god and his scions. Reads Marvel's official description of the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. This year, Doom is delegating this task to Spider-Man. The leader of Latveria has given Spider-Man a new magic-powered suit and 8 extra lives with which to save the world. True believer, they won't be enough. And it says Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness will also be joined on their Amazing Spider-Man run by writer Justina Ireland and artist Gleb Melnikov. This arc was announced to run for a total of 10 issues starting in November, following the end of Zeb Wells and JR's current run. So here we've got to look at some of the covers and art here. Look at the new Spider-Man. Well, not the Spider-Man in the new getup. And here we've got Doom in the background. Awesome. I think it's in an Ed McGuinness cover, right? It looks like his style.
Yeah,
right?
I would say, it looks like.
Yeah. And then we've got there the design. And as you can see, there's a gem count down on chest. There's an angular Doom eye, Kirby-style Doom hands, which I love. And just exciting news. That's pretty much it for the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. What do you think about this? I mean, I honestly, I was going to check this out because I like Joe Kelly, so I'll give it a chance. I like Gleb Melnikov, like a lot of the people.
I love McGuinness too. I'm going to check it out for the creative team.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, though. I kind of feel indifferent towards this costume. It doesn't really get me hyped. I'm more curious about the story. It intrigues me, but the costume itself is okay. Nothing crazy.
I don't like the costume, straight up. I don't like it, but I'm with you on the concept, or the idea of it is pretty cool. And like we said, we like the creative team. I feel like we're in this era of Amazing Spider-Man, at least, where they're just experimenting with everything. Have MJ date Paul, give Spider-Man Doctor Strange powers. It's like every once in a while they kind of do something crazy. So at least it keeps it different and interesting.
Yeah, I'm really curious about the 8 deaths of Spider-Man thing. What are these things that are going to be so dangerous? They're going to kill him, that he needs these new powers to reckon with them. I think that's an interesting idea. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about earlier, here is the cover for the first time we've seen Doctor Doom, at least in continuity or recently, alluding to the storyline as Sorcerer Supreme. This is the Felipe Masafera spoiler variant for Timeless #1, the 2023 edition, which came out December 27, 2023. Gorgeous cover. A lot of us were on top of this because it was the spoiler variant when it first came out. So if you're looking for the key or something relevant, or just a gorgeous cover, I highly recommend picking up this issue. That can still be found for cheap. And the Timeless issue is always a fun read, but man, this is an awesome cover. Did you get this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's what we've got for Spider-Man. And next up, we've got another interesting piece of news. We've got Iron Man is leading a new West Coast Avengers team that will try to turn Ultron into a hero. So as you can see in the image there, we've got a very interesting lineup consisting of Jessica Cruz, Spider-Woman, Tony Stark, Iron Man, Ultron, War Machine, and who's that? Is that what's her name? Firestar? It looks like Firestar.
I think so.
Yeah. So fire. Yeah. Wait. It says here it's Firestar. Yeah, it's Firestar. Yeah, so Firestar. Yeah, so here it is. Jerry Duggan is writing it with artist Danny Kim. So colorist and letterer haven't been announced yet. That's a really interesting creative team, and I do like these covers. This one in particular is a gorgeous cover. I love, the background is very West Coast Avengers, right? Literal West Coast background. Looks like California even. I've always been a fan of the West Coast Avenger. I really, in particularly, love the Kelly Thompson West Coast Avengers from a few years ago, where we got the introduction of Jeff the Landshark for the first time. So I'm definitely going to be giving this book a shot. And I know you like Jessica Cruz. I like Jessica Cruz. So I'm curious about this book, and I'll definitely be adding it to the pull list. What about you?
Yeah, I'll check it out for the beginning. It's definitely an interesting lineup. I think it's worth a try. I will say, when I first saw this image, this cover, I thought that was Phoenix. I was like, what the hell is Phoenix doing on Avengers West Coast, you know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. It kind of does look like Phoenix from a distance.
In this cover, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the hair and everything, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so here's the solicit we have. Ultron returns redeemed. Iron Man and War Machine have put together a new team of Avengers, one that includes villains seeking a path to redemption, reads Marvel's description of West Coast Avengers #1. Their case study, Ultron, who against all odds seems to be walking the straight and narrow for now. But does the success of one guarantee the success of all? Spider-Woman and Firestar have their doubts, and can any amount of heroics really absolve Ultron of his past? That's a really interesting premise. So I'll be giving this one a chance. I'm excited. This was one of the things that, I always like when Marvel does a different kind of book or something that was more niche back then. I'm very excited for this one. I'll definitely be checking it out. And yeah, looking forward to it.
I just like it's a different team too. Like, especially having Ultron there is kind of weird. So.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see like how they're gonna do it. It reminds me of like Justice League Odyssey, like when they had Darkseid on the team or something. Something like that, where it's like you take a villain and you're trying to like redeem it. Like Ezra was on that team too.
Is he gonna live in Avengers Mansion? Is he gonna live in a room? Or are they gonna keep him like in jail in Avengers? I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm also like curious, how are people gonna react to being saved by an Ultron? Right, like, this is a dude killed a bunch of human beings, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be curious. But yeah, looking forward to this one. Another interesting thing from Marvel. Next up, we've got the one I'm personally the most excited for. As you can see, it's our background on the stream here, and it says it's official. Doctor Doom will be the next big villain of the Marvel Universe, and the heroes are already kneeling at his feet. This is going to be called One World Under Doom, which is the next big Marvel Comics status quo. Very interesting. Let's read what it says. So Marvel's next big thing panel at San Diego Comic-Con took an all too brief look ahead for the Marvel Universe following the current Blood Hunt crossover, dropping some spoilers about what's to come. So we already mentioned this earlier, how Doctor Doom is going to be the new Sorcerer Supreme. And so that brings us to One World Under Doom, the apparent new Marvel Universe status quo that will follow the conclusion of Blood Hunt as teased by Marvel, with a stark red-tinted image by artist Ben Harvey showing Doom as Sorcerer Supreme, with many of Marvel's heroes, including Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cyclops, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Human Torch, Thing, and more kneeling at his feet. It reminds me of that iconic cover. Do you know, like the super villains, super something team up? With Doom, and they're all like kneeling at his feet.
Oh, with his face is like really big.
Yeah. He's like that. Yeah. Everyone's all around him. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that in terms of like what they're going for. And here you've got the cover that we were talking about earlier. That is a gorgeous cover. I do love that. This has me very hyped. I'm not gonna lie. I love Doctor Doom, so I'm super biased. But when I saw this, I was like, this is what I'm in for. There are like risks of kind of making it feel like Secret Wars, because I feel like that was another Doom centered event with that whole premise. Yeah, God, what do they call him? God Emperor Doom. Yeah. So it says, we already know, thanks to the next big thing panel, that Doom will end this Spider-Man as the new magical protector of Earth, the upcoming Amazing Spider-Man arc. So yeah, just saying, as a Doom fan, they're excited to see how this is going to play out. There's very vague information here, but I will say just this graphic alone is enough to get me very hyped. I'm very, very excited for this, and I'll be in day one, being a huge Doom fan. What about you?
I mean, definitely. I mean, Doom. I think Doom is a fan favorite. Like, he's one of the biggest, best Marvel villains throughout the years. So it's no surprise that he's kind of the main villain of this new status quo or whatever. But I think it's pretty interesting, and I wonder how it's going to tie into different books, especially Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, Strange's been through a lot these past few years, so I
Yeah,
wonder,
dude.
yeah, what's going to be the next step for Strange if he's not going to
Yeah.
be the Sorcerer Supreme, right? Like that's also a curious one, and I wonder if it'll still be Jed McKay doing the Strange because he's been doing such a nice, epic, like long run with
Did
Strange.
they?
I've been into it.
Because this is not a series called One World Under Doom, right? This is kind of just their.
They're saying it's a status quo, so it's like the new initiative, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah,
right? Yeah, like that overriding narrative or like overarching theme and narrative for the Marvel moving forward. Very, very, very excited, and it'll kick off in 2025. So something to look forward to next year. Next up, we've got. This was really interesting. So Spider-Gwen is going to be leading a team of MCU fan favorites, including Sylvie, B-15, Captain Carter, OB, Mobius, and more in a new TVA comic. So as you can see here, we've got several people, and the article reads, the Time Variance Authority, or TVA as it's often abbreviated, have become staple characters of the MCU thanks to the central importance to the Loki streaming series and their role in the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And now that Spotlight is coming to comics with a new TVA comic limited series announced at SDCC, written by horror sci-fi author Catherine Blair with art by recent Carnage artist Per Perez. The new TVA title will enlist fan favorite Spider-Verse characters Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman. So Jessica Cruz getting a lot of love recently, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming they're referring to Jessica Cruz. Yeah, Spider-Woman, and most recently Ghost Spider, along with oh no, I think they're talking about who Gwen Stacy is. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so Gwen Stacy was Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, and most recently good. Okay, yeah, good thing.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like where's
That makes
Spider-Woman?
sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
Loki's B-15, Captain Carter, Sylvie / Enchantress, Mobius and Mobius, a version of Gambit from the X-Men. That one was really curious because we're like, which Gambit is that? Miss Minutes. And they say, and maybe Mr. Minutes too. And of course, OB, who recently made his first comic debut. As you can see them on the cover there. But we've got the scoop, ladies and gentlemen. So there is concept art from SDCC. You can find it online, I'm sure, of these two characters on the bottom. But we've gotten news that this one on the left here, the brown looking Miss Minutes character or Mr. Minutes character, his name is Sir Seconds. And then this one right here, I believe her name is Doc Clock. So that's really interesting to see. Yeah, if you're a fan of Miss Minutes and you want more, I mean, I'm a fan of Miss Minutes, and I've been curious to see when she's going to make her Marvel Comics debut because we've seen her across several different variants and covers, but she's yet to be in the interiors of a book like full proper. So I'm excited for this. I do like the new characters. I'll give this. I'm not sold on the whole limited series yet because I don't know the creative team, not too familiar with their work, but I'll give the first issue a shot. What about you?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out just because TVA is pretty cool. It's more MCU synergy, and it's nice to see Miss Minutes actually in the comic, not just on covers and stuff.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm very excited to see this one. And Captain Carter, I feel like
I was just gonna say I'm probably most excited for Captain Carter in this.
Yeah, we've seen her in Avengers Forever, and then in her own mini, and then since then, I don't think we've seen her much at all. So I'm curious to see. Yeah, and it's nice to see like Mobius and Obi look exactly like their MCU counterparts.
Yeah, they do.
So,
they do.
Yeah, they're going for that marvelous synergy that everybody
and B-15
loves,
too. B-15 and Sylvie too.
Yeah, that's true. I honestly, B-15 is a very cool character. She's like, I always think of like if there was like a more toned down good version of Amanda Waller. You know what I mean?
Like, B-15.
Yeah, it'd be like
okay,
B-15.
I see.
Yeah, like a good version, like a morally good version, but still there's
yeah.
a bit of sternness in there, like somewhat of a military background with TVA. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how this plays out. And it says this is going to go on sale December 2024. So exciting stuff for those of you who are fans. And it says, they're going to be, the TVA is known for preserving the sacred timeline. So you guys know that. You've seen the TV shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, very exciting stuff. And next up, we've got Meet the All-New Spider-Girl with a mysterious origin that will keep readers guessing. So the core Marvel Universe is getting another new spider here in the form of a brand new Spider-Girl spinning out of where else? Spider-Boy. The cover and solicitation for October Spider-Boy 12 were fully classified in Marvel's October 2024 solicitations, but they've been revealed at SDCC, and the surprise they hold is indeed the all-new Spider-Girl. Like Bailey Briggs, aka Spider-Boy before her, the identity of the new Spider-Girl will remain a mystery. What we do know for now is that she was co-created by Spider-Boy writer Dan Slott and artist Michael Cho. Bruh, I love Michael Cho. So that alone, I'll buy the book just for Michael Cho. Yeah, just for the fact that he can. while artist Paco Medina will draw the first adventure of the new Spider-Girl and Spider-Boy number 12, which also features a team up with Daredevil. So 2 good reasons to pick this up. Here's a variant cover by Elizabeth Torque, which I gotta say I love. I really like the whimsical nature.
I like her design, and I just want to point out more red sneakers.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't escape
that's
it.
true. Ever since Firepower, I feel like we've been so like focused on finding those in comic
definitely.
books. Yeah. So the next cover we've got is the variant cover by Mark Bagley. I do like this cover a lot. I don't like them as much as the other two, but I think this is a great cover nonetheless. And Mark Bagley, of course, is a legend. I like her logo. It's kind of toned down compared to her title, like headline. Yeah. And then we've got the Spider-Boy cover with, I'm assuming this is the cover A with him teaming up with Daredevil. Fun cover. And then we've got the other cover by Michael Cho, probably my favorite cover of all of them. Her and Spider-Boy together on the cover. Love the colors. Just love everything on this picture. Can't wait to see who she is and how she ties into Spider-Boy and the rest of the Spider-Verse. I'm very curious for that. I think this is a bit too soon, given like we just got Spider-Boy, but I'm gonna keep an open mind, and I'm still really excited by this. I'm looking forward to it. What do you think?
I've been enjoying Spider-Boy for what it is so far. There has been a lot of team ups in Spider-Boy, so I'm not surprised that Daredevil's showing up in issue 12. But yeah, I can't say I'm ridiculously looking forward to it. I'll definitely pick it up. Spider-Boy has been good, so surprised me. I think Dan Slott gets a lot of hate, so I always kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. I like Dan Slott, personally, so I think I'll definitely be checking this out.
One of my favorite characters from like cartoons from my childhood is Dee Dee, like from Dexter's Laboratory, like Dexter's sister, and her hair is just like Dee Dee, like the two tail like sticking out of the mat. I love that so much, like so much. I think that's such a cool and cute detail. So definitely gonna be checking this out. And like I said, we've both been reading Spider-Boy. I think there's only one issue of Spider-Boy I didn't grab. It was like the arcade, the one right before
the one with the games. The one with the games that had a crossword in it.
It's either that one or the one before that. It was one of those issues I didn't grab, but the rest I grabbed all of them, and I was really enjoying the read. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking this out. And like they said, Spider-Girl's mysterious backstory will supersede even Spider-Boy's shocking origin. Just as the emergence of Spider-Boy turned the Spider-Verse inside out and fueled fan speculation for months, Spider-Girl has a story to share that will keep readers guessing and make Spider-Man, Spider-Boy, and the rest question everything. One thing I really enjoyed when they first announced Spider-Boy was people kind of coming together, the community, and guessing who Spider-Boy is going to be, that like whole thing. So I'm really curious to see if that happens this time, and I feel like it might. And we'll see if the people can crack the mystery. Yeah,
they kind of tease it too. Does she have a connection to the multiversal origins? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So very exciting stuff from Marvel there. Next up, we've got Marvel's new Ultimate Universe will turn 1 year old in December, and they're going to give it a one-shot special. So it's going to be called Ultimate Universe 1 Year in #1. And here it is. It's going to be written by Dennis Camp, I believe. And they said, I don't know if they announced who the artist is yet. I think that's to be announced. But yeah, it's going to be written by Dennis Camp. And here's what they're saying. Written by Ultimates writer Dennis Camp with an artist yet to be named, the Ultimate Universe 1 year in, one shot will take a broader look at every growing new Ultimate Universe a year into the proliferation of superheroes away from the eyes of the villainous maker, who engineered the history and pulls the political strings of Earth 6160, the universe's multiversal designation. So we joked about this in behind the scenes when we were talking that this is like the timeless for the Ultimate Universe. Knowing that it's written by Dennis Camp has me more excited because he's a great writer, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot to look forward to in this one. It's cool seeing Omega Red on the cover there. I haven't been keeping up with all the Ultimate stuff, so maybe he's appeared already, but I do like a lot of these characters, so I'm going to be checking this out. What about you, Adi?
Definitely. I mean, just like you, I've been a big fan of the Ultimate Universe and most of its titles. I'm hoping it's, or not hoping. I don't think it's going to be exactly like Timeless. I think it's more going to be like a summary. If someone's coming into the Ultimate Universe, halfway through, they're kind of going to recap the events. Probably each one of these people are going to talk about their territories and what kind of heroes they're fighting. So it'll be a nice refresher for me too, because obviously, like, I'm not reading all the Ultimate titles, so it'll be nice to pick this up and kind of find out what other parts of the Ultimate Universe that I haven't been keeping up with.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the first year, I didn't like this border, but now, like I do, especially when
it's growing on me.
Yeah, it sticks out. It makes it easy to know where the Ultimate books are. Yeah,
it really does. Yeah.
Yeah. So very excited for this one, and it goes on sale in December as well. Very exciting stuff from Marvel. Next up, we've only got a few more, but yeah, like we said, there's a lot of announcements. This one was mentioned, as you can see here, by Bleeding Cool Rich Johnston. Great article saying that Diamond Comic Distributors running a retailer lunch meeting at SDCC, and Bleeding Cool has friendly types in the room, letting them know what's what. Marvel editor-in-chief CB Cebulski was in the room, letting retailers know what is coming down the pipe. And from Luciano Vecchio, promotional art for a brand new team of superheroes, young superheroes, it seems, promising to change the world and doing in 2025. Sorry. So here's the cover. Here's the image, the promotional art. And as you can see, a lot of those characters are the new champions that were previewed on different covers. So characters, well, she's not here, but characters like Maystorm, where they first made an appearance on a cover on a random variant, and now they're finally putting them in books. We've seen with I forget this girl's name, the new like Ghost Rider girl. Was it like Wraith or something like that? Yeah, it's something like that. She's going to be in the upcoming Ghost Rider book with Robbie Reyes. So that's really interesting. And now we see that some of these characters are getting their own book, including, and they're calling them like Kid Juggernaut, Ms. Magneto. I don't know if that's actually what their names are. I'm sorry. But we did see some of these characters in, previewing the Assembly in that Spider-Woman book. So we've seen some of these characters. Obviously, we've seen Spider-Boy. And I'm curious.
Spider-Woman 7 or 6?
Yeah. I'm curious to see like what happens with this team. But I do got to say, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't give like the actual champions a new book. We've been talking, Ali and I and others within our community, friends, people who just love Marvel. We've been talking about how characters like the proper champions, we haven't seen them in a lot of books. And I know they integrated Miss Marvel into the X-Men, into the mutant dome, and then Sam Alexander has been MIA for so long. So
I don't remember the last time I've seen it.
I miss those characters. I want to see those champions, but I'll check this out too. I do like the Ghost Rider character being at the front of it because I think they're the one with the coolest design, personally speaking. So I'll definitely be looking forward to this. And so that's something we have to look forward to. We still don't have many details on them, but just seeing the promotional art itself is cool. Are you excited for this?
Yeah, I mean, new characters are always fun, so I'll definitely be checking this out. It's just there's so many characters, and I can't wait to mess up all their names when they finally come out and we know a little bit more about them. Is that like a Wanda type character at the top left?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, 100%. And then this one right here is Captain America type.
It feels like Captain America and the Wasp. It gives me the Wasp vibes too.
But she looks more like Bucky, Captain America, like current Bucky with the wings and everything, and the blue costume. I really like it. I like a lot of these designs look pretty cool. I just wish we knew more about these characters. But I guess that's what this book is for. So
we were kind of speculating too before that might be Love, the bottom left from Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes, yeah. Because she looks like Love. Maybe they'll make a different version, but she looks design-wise like a lot of the sensibilities from Love, from Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, so really interesting stuff here. And like you said, no clear date when this is coming out, but it just says 2025. So curious to see what happens with this one, and excited to chat about it with others. So next up we've got a new Marvel launches a brand new Fantastic Four team at San Diego Comic-Con. So this picks up from what Rich Johnston was talking about in the Diamond Comics launch meeting, and CB Cebulski kind of letting people in the room know what to expect. And they teased a brand new Fantastic Four. And then Rich says, or is this Fantastic 3 where someone doesn't count because it's a 0, 1, 2, 3? That's all the details really have right now other than coming 2025. And you can see a little silhouette, they were saying, in Marvel's Next Big Thing panel with something that Rich Johnston was saying looks like big ears. So very curious to see what we're going to look forward to on this one. I'm a big Fantastic Four fan. I know you like the Fantastic Four, so I don't know if they're doing a Fantastic 3 or Fantastic 4 -1. I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm curious to find out. Marvel has intrigued me for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff from Marvel, a lot of cool stuff. It's going to be good to 2025.
Yeah, and for you X-Men heads, we've got some really cool news for the X-Men end of things, the mutant part of the fandom. So Marvel announces a new Psylock solo comic series at SDCC. The creative team is going to be Alyssa Wong, known for their acclaimed work on Star Wars Dr. Aphra and Deadpool, and drawn by rising star Vincenzo Caratu, the artist currently delivering explosive vampire-slaying action in Dracula Blood Hunt. Psylock will tie into the character's current status quo established in Jed MacKay and Ryan Stegman's X-Men #1, where she lends her deadly expertise to Cyclops' team of X-Men operating out of Alaska. However, there are missions that aren't suitable for the X-Men and require Psylocke to embrace the teachings of her dark past. Tonally, this reminds me of the X-Force from Krakoa era.
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna have her doing the like
they're
not
doing
so
the shady stuff.
yeah, exactly. So maybe she's gonna be like doing like assassination missions or just protection missions. Just
Looks like that
things.
looks like the hand on the cover.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, good call. I didn't even
definitely
notice
shady.
that. Yeah, and so this is the solicit. It says she was made for violence, trained to be an assassin. Oh, speaking of the devil, trained to be an assassin since birth. Quanon chose to be an X-Man, but there are still some jobs too dirty for the X-Men, and some paths have to be walked alone. When the mission is brutal, Psylocke unsheathes her blades to punish those who prey on mutants. Exploding out of the pages of X-Men, joins Psylocke into the underbelly of the Marvel Universe, carving out her own place in a world that would rather see her under control. I feel like there's a good chance you'll see Madripoor in some issue of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, exciting stuff for Psylocke fans. Psylocke does have a pretty good, big fandom, and I'm happy for Psylocke fans. I might check this out myself, but I might wait to see what people think. What about you?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I'm not like the biggest Psylocke fan, so it's good. I'll check it out.
Yeah. So next up and last but not least, relevant to everyone. I'm sure there's tons of Deadpool fans looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine, right? And so we got to talk about the latest piece of Deadpool news from SDCC. So just as Deadpool and Wolverine hits theaters, Wade Wilson is going to die in the comics, and his daughter will replace him as the new Deadpool. His daughter being, of course, Ellie Camacho, Wade Wilson's daughter, and she's appeared many years ago in one of the Deadpool runs. And so here we says, now we know why this solicitation was classified, because Wade Wilson is going to die. Right? I put this up because no one really dies in issue 7, and he'll be replaced by his daughter, Ellie Camacho, as the new official Deadpool. Marvel premiered the first look at the solicitation in Ellie as Deadpool during the Diamond Retailer lunch at San Diego Comic Con. Front and center on Torrin Clark's new cover for Deadpool 7 and on Mark Bagley's variant as well. Gotta say, love that Taskmaster is there with her, and they still have the Carnage dog, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, she looks really cool. I like the costume update. I like the hood as well. I think that's a really interesting
I like the daggers.
choice.
I like the different like choice in weapons. It looks like she's gonna be more, I don't know, kind of more agile than Deadpool.
Can someone explain to me why all heroes are just getting jackets recently? They did it with they did it with like some of the X-Men. They did it with the Superman family. They did it with all these different characters. They did it with Power Girl. It's like, what is it? Is that the 2024 thing?
It's the new fashion trend, yeah.
Yeah, it was pouches in the 90s, and now it's jackets in the 2000s, right? Anyway, I do think this is a sick cover. Love Torrin Clark's artwork, and then the variant by Mark Bagley is really cool as well. Love how she's front and center. Yeah. I think I'm going to check this out. I haven't been reading Deadpool, but I'm curious to see. So I might pick up issue 6, which leads into 7, the death and all that. So I might check this out. But yeah, very exciting stuff. And if you're a fan of Deadpool, this is definitely going to be something worth checking out. For the new arc, series writer Cody Ziegler will be joined by new co-writer Alexis Quezarano, known for her work on Max's Harley Quinn streaming series, and guest artist Andrea DeVito. So really interesting new creative team for this book, and very excited to see what happens to the future of Deadpool, both Wade Wilson and Ellie Camacho. So many cool things to look forward to, new key comics, new key storylines. I don't know, just different things. I'm very curious to see how it all play out. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for you for the San Diego Comic-Con Marvel news. Please like and subscribe. Help support grow the channel. We're going to bring you more news every day as we get updates from and announcements from San Diego Comic-Con. I'm sure there's much more to look forward to. Today is Saturday, so they might drop some big news today. So yeah, we'll see you next time, true believers. Take it easy, everyone.
Peace.